Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. I'm playing an EIK WM France deck G456 draft 10 game with Ray Krebs, the boot, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 looks like an alt account to me because they have like a 60% win percentage and their account's like a year old. So yeah, pretty sure that's someone, maybe someone who doesn't want people knowing who they are, or someone who got banned from the site, I'm guessing. We'll see how they play. See if we can guess. Take a look. Well, we see native. This is like one of the best cards. Do they not have the... Wow, native is not banned. Okay, well, native is amazing. If I could get Drunkard back, then I think it's just like GG. Drunkard plus native. Yeah. Even if I don't get Drunkard back, like gluten-free baker is a good option. Capitalist, getting Capitalist back is good. I imagine we'll see someone take Drunkard because of the combo with Vine Dresser. Okay. Well, this is a pretty terrible pile. So we should be playing draft 11. Why are we playing draft 10? We should be playing draft 11. Yeah, these are all brutal. What's the most playable card? I don't even know. Bone Collector? Problem is I already have native in hand. I don't really want to play Bone Collector. Beastmaster? Same issue. Fresh Fence Worker, I guess, because of the combo with like Mini Pasture. Not that I really want to do that with native. Ram Wrangler, similar issue. I mean, at Master Builder, if I get a card like that makes crops, that lets crop make cheaper rooms, they all look really bad. Let's grab Fresh Fence Worker. This is probably the most playable of all these, or the most likely that I will play, I should say, with first pick native. Fresh Dirt Worker looks pretty good. Native 2 fields, Fresh Dirt Worker. Especially if I don't have a source of crops. On the other hand, Gardener's Wife is a reasonable source of crops. Spring Worker is a pretty reasonable... it's actually a great card. Getting bake actions like just accelerates your game so much. I don't have a source of early crops though, so since I haven't seen that yet, I'll just grab Fresh Dirt Worker. There's some great cards in here. Head of the Revolution, Hedgekeeper, there's some good cards. I'll be happy with anything that comes back out of this pile. I'll get Stable Deliveryman, or Head of the Revolution, or Spring Worker, or Hedgekeeper, or Gardener's Wife. Yeah. Draft 10. Well, I'm pretty sure the pick is Experienced Farmer, just reading it super quick. Cow, boar, sheep, vegetable, grain. Started the harvest in which you have more plowed fields than any other player. You receive the top item. With native, I love plowing fields. There is Midnight Fencer to go for the Head of the Revolution bonus, but since I won't have control over it, it's Experienced Farmer, and it's really not close. So far, my first 3 picks are amazing. Amazingly synergistic. I have a really clear game plan. Fresh Fence Worker is kind of the exception, but it's fine. That's fine. So, it's Canadian Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving to all you guys. my fellow Canadians. I ate a lot of turkey. I ate way too much turkey yesterday. Way too much. Well, Drunkard came back. Although, with the cards that I've seen, Drunkard seems like it's going to be a little less reliable. And the reason I say that is because you have to go on the grain first and then jump to plow. And with Experienced Farmer, I can easily see people trying to block the plow space from me. I think I'll take my own gluten-free baker here. It seems like if I can get a ton of crops, gluten-free baker is an excellent way of converting my excess vegetable into points, as well as food at the same time. So, yeah. One thing to remember about Fresh Dirt Worker, I don't get a reward for 4 empty plowed fields. So just got to keep that in mind. Wrangler looks like the most playable of all these cards. With Fresh Fence Worker, maybe that's my source of grain. Experienced Farmer gives, I get the max payout, 2 cattle, a boar, a sheep, a vegetable, and a grain. Wow. Wow. Oh man. Probably Spring Worker. I think Stable Deliveryman will just be a little too greedy. I could maybe do Nursemaid and try to grow late. That's actually an option, especially because I'd get a good, which means I could get crops like vegetables from my gluten-free baker. Then I could just spend the whole game plowing, but I think Spring Worker is probably a fine option. Whoa, look at all these amazing cards. Bread Machine is great for me. Self Pasture seems like it's pretty good. Cash Crop is amazing. Sunday School is amazing. Planter Box is amazing. Any of these would be good options. Sunday School seems pretty good, although I don't think I need to take it here. I can definitely take something with higher impact. Bread Machine with gluten-free baker seems like a good option. Just try to accumulate a whole ton of vegetable. Planter Box is an awesome card. Although Planter Box is usually better when you want to sow a whole bunch at the end of the game. I'm going to want to sow earlier than that. So I think I can take Bread Machine here. Yeah, I'm getting some great back out of this pile either way. I might get Planter Box back. While Tuileries Garden is certainly interesting with native in hand, getting a crop and sowing it right away. Fruit Tart looks good. Muddy Land. Getting 2 clay and a reed every time I plow a field. That would be pretty silly, especially if I wanted to just go right to clay rooms, skip out on building wood rooms. It's probably not a bad option. Yeah, because basically 2 plow 1 field actions get me the resources for a room. Thing is, there is diminishing returns on my native, especially with Fresh Dirt Worker. I don't really want to go above 3 empty fields. Um, although that shouldn't be too hard to avoid doing, especially if I'm getting clay from my fresh start worker as well. On the other hand, a card like Fruit Tart, going on the take one vegetable action when I already have a couple vegetables and then baking them along with bread machine. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So for me, it's between Muddy Land and Fruit Tart. I'll take Fruit Tart first. You know what? I'll take Muddy Land. It's just going to make the plow. Oh, I need to untake Fruit Tart. You know what? No, I'll take. This is a hard one. I do have Spring Worker for So Bake actions. Okay, let's Muddy Land. I think with Gluten-Free Baker, I only really need the bread machine in round 14 and then play Gluten-Free Baker round 14 and then bread machine once, and that'll be enough. I don't really need that many more extra bakes. Custom improvements. 1 bonus point anytime you play a minor improvement. Oh, that looks okay. Especially if I like all my minor improvements. Pelts is great for a big house card. Rushing machine is pretty reasonable, though I don't really need it. I don't mind plowing at all, so I think the pick here is greenhouse. A couple extra vegetables going to be pretty strong. Wow. This is why I hate draft 10. This is my 4th pick and I'm being past Sawhorse, Private Forest. These are both first pickables. I'm not going to take Private Forest because it overlaps with my other cards too much, but Sawhorse I will absolutely take. Yeah, the problem with Private Forest is I do want to push out occupations early, so it kind of doesn't go well with that. And Planter Box did come back, and Sunday School came back. Sunday School will let me play Fresh Start Worker, Experienced Farmer together, which is kind of nice. Planter Box, though, plan out my farm reasonably well, turn my 1 grain from Experienced Farmer into a huge number. Should be pretty good. Should be pretty good. So if Reno comes round 5, I can definitely think about Reno, Muddy Land, and then trying to build clay rooms. But I should leave myself open to making wood rooms. I don't need to commit now. I can always build clay rooms for my 4th or 5th rooms. The other thing is I have a ton of great minor improvements already, so maybe this is a 5-room game because of how much I should have really strong resource income with Fresh Start Worker, Native, Muddy Land. Twillery's Garden came back. Yeah, people are... for a while people were first picking this really aggressively, building their game around it. I think it's appropriately gone down in estimation. I don't need tea with Spring Worker, so Fruit Tart is absolutely the pick here. I do need an oven to make Fruit Tart work, but with this open, I just hope that I don't get in trouble from the drunkard, but maybe people won't have taken drunkard. I'm going to hope that that's the case, that I don't have that competition. Look at my 7th pick here. Oh, this is really stupid. Well, I don't need to take Threshing Machine Plow. It's kind of overkill. I'm happy just plowing like one at a time. Although threshing machine plow plus muddy land is kind of a cool combo. Get 6 clay kind of out of nowhere. Maybe be able to surprise build a room. But with native, I'm happy going on the plow one field space. Like I don't mind doing that. I don't need horse. I think with experienced farmer in hand, I don't really need to take horse. So I think I take stone weir here. We start in fourth, which is not ideal, but I mean 3 wood into sawhorse is it's like a playable start. It's not great, but it's not awful. My dream start is expensive ox comes back to me and then plow and field. Because expensive ox play native and then plow and field. Yeah. This card is just so good. So good. And then my round 2 can be fresh dirt worker and plow again. And then I'm off to the running. Or off and running? How does that? I think it's off and running is the phrase. All right. So we have a round 1 hedgekeeper over an action, not just a round 1, an action 1 hedgekeeper. You don't do that unless you have pretty good reason to. So we might be seeing the real estate agent for 2 food per harvest. There's like a bunch of different stuff that it could be. Someone who really wants that first sheep grab. I'm glad I have the fresh fence worker in my hand, because if I did not, then that would absolutely be a monster card for someone who has other reasons to fence early. Might have benefactor in hand. That's another good early payoff for early fences. Yeah. What's going on? We already had a long turn by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm not just trying to throw Boot under the bus. I'm trying to throw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 under the bus too, because they're also playing slowly. All right, we got Reeve. This means I should aim to play all 7 occupations. Go for those bonus points. He had to empty the garbage. I should have the actions to make it happen. Yeah. Because of my resource income will be like really should be really good. So unsurprisingly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 going for the 2 clay over the 2 wood. Very likely eyeing the 2 clay fireplace. So for me, I want to get up to 4 or 5 people pretty quick, and then I just want to dump actions into gluten-free baker, because that's going to be far and away my most efficient way to feed and get points. If I can be baking 2 vegetables into 2 bonus points and 4 food every time, I think that's just going to be stupid. Wow, someone did private forest, so I could play sawhorse here, but 2 wood is just fine. Playing a miner without getting on start player is pretty sad. So 2 wood works. especially because now to plow one fields with native out is enough for me to build a room. And this is a game where I am planning on building more than one room, so therefore it's okay for me not to play Sawhorse before my first build room action. So there's really briefly Private Forest for Ray Krebs, and then I followed it up with this card, which is an excellent one. Maybe a little culturally insensitive. Well, probably, definitely, at least in Canada, but different people have different sensibilities for sure. But yeah, it's animal breeder here. Well, that's a pretty good reason for rushing out your hedge keeper. Quite the combo. And then I have my plow a field. So I want to be plowing so that I can maximize my planter box. Usually the way to do that is to go first room here, 2 fields on the top. Whoops. And I should highlight Landing Net as well for Ray Krebs. Landing Net's a nice card. Powers up the Reedstone Food Space, which is already an excellent action in Stage 1. So unsurprisingly, Ray Krebs going for it. I wonder if Ray Krebs took that card that lets you turn the well into 4 stables. Don't really think that's a playable card on its own, but if you had some external help for it, I can certainly see it being strong. Okay, well, if these guys are going to pass me 4 wood, then I will absolutely take 4 wood. I had planned on playing Fresh Dirt Worker here, but 4 wood is better than Fresh Wood Dirt. 1 round of Fresh Dirt Worker. Especially if there's a chance that Boot start players and plays Sunday School, I would also like that card, because I also have occupations that I would like to push out. And in fact, next round I would rather play Experienced Farmer over Fresh Dirt Worker, I think. Although, is that true? No, I'd rather play Fresh Dirt Worker. I want to accumulate building resources. Playing Experienced Farmer in round 7 is, you just lose out on 1 cattle, which is fine. I'm not going to lose the game because of 1 cattle. Not 1 cattle that can't even breed on its own. Because it comes in round 14, so it's like, if those are your only 2 cattle that you get from Experienced Farmer, then you would not get to 4 cattle anyways, so. Trade School. 1 of your unused stables on an accumulation space for you. That space also reads, and then pay 1 food to play an occupation. Yeah, this card looks really strong. Really strong. And I will absolutely plow a field here, not there, over here. Because I want to be able to build a room with my first action next round. So if the boot doesn't, then I will happily build the first room. Build a room into Experienced Farmer, I think, is the play. Or no, not Experienced Farmer, Fresh Dirt Worker. So yeah, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 doing their fence combination, and then Boot plays Churchwarden. Makes a lot of sense. Also, excellent incentive for me. I already saw Churchwarden, didn't I? I forgot about it totally. Excellent incentive for me to go for the for 5 rooms. So I'm really hoping to see round 5 family growth here, considering I've got the first room out already. So yeah, no great actions here. 2 read is fine. 2 read actually would be a pretty reasonable action, but I'm already going to get more read than I need, so I think I'd rather play the fresh dirt worker here. One wood per round plus read from my native. Yeah, this is going to be pretty good. The only question is, what miners do I want to play first? Is it Muddy Land, is it Greenhouse, or is it Sawhorse? I think it's probably... is it Greenhouse first? No, it's probably Muddy Land first, because my second action might be Plow. That might be the best action available to me. I'm going to have to start player with my first move, unfortunately, which is kind of a sad place to be in, but considering Churchwarden is out there, definitely worthwhile for me to do so. Boot plays Peasant. Play my greenhouse here, I'm pretty sure. Get it out. What's my second action going to be? It's probably going to be plow a field, isn't it? Alright. Because 4 wood is going to go to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I imagine Boot takes 5 clay. So I don't really want 4 clay that much. And I don't really want anything else that's available. Occupation is not a bad move. I could take Occupation. Occupation experienced farmer. But I kind of, with this peasant, and there's also the, if there are any plows out there, if like Boot has peasant plus a plow, there is the head of the revolution out there, so I have to be a little careful about people going for the head of the revolution bonus. And the nice thing, my fresh dirt worker can get me resources that are not clay and wood. Like it can get me reed and it can get me stone, which both of which should be pretty good. What? Okay, I mean, I guess you're setting up your cattle. Like he's setting up for getting his breeding pair of cattle, but I mean, you could just take 4 wood. And then we should see Boot take 5 clay here, unless he has a Reno strategy in Renos. But I'm pretty sure even if you have a Reno strategy, you're taking... Oh, wow. Passing 5 clay, eh? So I could take 5 clay. Or I could plow a field and get food. And not even renovating. Well... I think I still do this. FR CC, and then I can take a stone or a reed at the start of round 6. Maybe stone and then go for the pottery. Although I would like, I mean, stone gets me clay oven, but I don't have I don't have a grain yet. So I'm pretty sure I'm going on plow one field one more time. Although if I do plow a field one more time, my fresh dirt worker doesn't work anymore. Kosher butcher. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is just powering out all their occupations. And they're getting rewarded for it, assuming they build a room with their next move. Let's grab a reed here, because I might not plow again. Or I could take a stone. This is actually kind of a relevant decision. I could, you know what? I can take a stone and then start player stone weir, and then second action fish. Yeah, that works, and that solves my minor feeding problem, because stone weir lets me go on fishing for 4 food with my second move. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not taking wood. Really slow playing this game. Unfortunately, it looks like I won't have enough food to be able to play an occupation next round, which I kind of would like to do. I would like to get the experienced farmer out, but doesn't seem like there's anything I can do about it. Here's cattle dealer. Oh, cattle dealer is quite a nice card. I'm guessing Boot probably has some reason. I assume Boot's got some reason for playing that. What should I be taking here? Should I be taking wood? Should I be taking wood so that I can get my next field out just like as soon as possible, or my next room out as soon as possible? But then reed is also important for doing that as well. Like if I take round 7 reed, round 8 reed, then that's my 3 reed. That if I reno and build a room, that's enough. The only problem with that is as soon as I plow my 4th field, my fresh dirt worker turns off. Until I get the grain sown with from something like experienced farmer. If I could play experienced farmer and gluten-free baker together, that would be quite nice. Or experienced farmer and spring worker together. But there's no way. I would starve if I did that. Boot gonna set up his cattle. Oh, we had a reno here for Ray Krebs. That's a pretty early reno. And Boot decided to do what? Take 6 clay? Wow. Who knew? Apparently building rooms sucks in this game. Or in this, yeah, in this game. I don't think my game demands stone. I mean, pottery would be nice, but I don't think I need to take stone here. I think taking reed makes sense. Yeah. I think it does. One, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7. Maybe that was a mistake. Maybe I should have taken stone. I'm not sure. Thing is, I don't think I want to plow a field for a little while. I want to get other stuff going before I plow more fields. So I think probably, like, my second action might be a 4 wood action. which would be pretty silly. Yeah, there's the cattle breeding. And the fact that it's around 7 family growth is huge for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But probably means they fall in line again. Because yeah, if I get a 4 wood action here, which 4 wood would be great for me, I'll just build another room very happily. Yeah, start player for Ray Krebs, it looks like. Might interior decorate. Yeah, looks like you did. And boot not taking wood as well. Wow. Yeah, that's something. Feed 5. So round 8, round 9, I probably want to take fishing twice, it looks like. Or yeah, I'm not sure still. Experienced farmer is probably still worth playing. It's still 2 relevant crops and then some other stuff. Like I could play experienced farmer and spring worker, and then round 10 I sow, so then I would be able to plow in round 9 for a food. So if I'm doing 2 fishing actions, 1 plow action, 2 occupations, it only leaves me 1 free move. So that's probably not what I want to do, because I'm going to want to build another room. So I'm interested to see what the boot does here. Six wood available for Ray Krebs. Pretty good. Pretty nice spot to be in. With private forest out already, the well, fireplace. Yeah, another 9 wood. Looks pretty reasonable. Oh, he's got wealthy man, rich man. If I was a rich man. Boot builds a room. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 has to start player to jump me in the build room sequence. They might do that actually. And you know what? I have Sawhorse, which I would be happy to play. Oh, I should announce. Grab a stone. So second action, fishing. Third action, occupation, experienced farmer maybe? Yeah. Yeah, I think that works. And I'll build a room first action round 9 to set up family growth round 10. Family growth round 10 with something like planter box or fruit tart, bread machine, any of which will be pretty reasonable. Alms basket. Nice. Really nice. I actually don't think I saw Alms basket, which means he took it with his first or second pick, which is interesting. Let's do this. Plus 4 food. That kind of telegraphs that I want to play an occupation, because no one's taking 2 food. But maybe I might plow with my last action. Although if people are paying attention, they'll know that Fresh Dirt Worker would turn off, which I don't want to have happen. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 I'm sure is gonna fence again. That would be my guess. Buy a pair of boar. Although I would actually probably buy more cattle here. The cattle are food and wood, which is more relevant in this part of the game. You can definitely get a pair of boar later, and with kosher butcher you can't eat the boar anyways, so yeah. You did go for the boar. Interesting. Definitely needs to build stables then. Needs room for those extra animals. Here's where I will play Experienced Farmer. So it's 2 cattle at the bottom, and then O H V G. Pay for it. New round. Plus S, I think, or maybe plus wood. Let's get wood. Yeah. Although I do want to build clay oven at some point. Yeah, wood is always a great resource to have. So 1 room, 1 stable. And then I can play. Is Spring Worker only 1 more sow bake action? No, it's 2 more. It's round 10 and round 12. So yeah, definitely worth playing. Especially with Reeve in the game, worth playing still. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Start player Tuileries Garden, so I don't have to worry about the stone oven getting grabbed quite as much. Although Ray Krebs with 3 grain in hand might like it, but fortunately there's not a lot of stone on the board right now. Oh, free S. It should be free B. Oh, sure they got it. 4 wood coming back around. This is a crazy game. I guess Hedgekeeper put a whole bunch of wood into the game. Fresh Dirt Worker, 2 4-wood occupations. Yeah, there's a lot of excess stuff. Boot plays Family Growth Lettuce Garden. I need to fish again. If I don't fish, there's a chance I could starve. As much as I would like to do something else, I also need to have 2 food to pay for my vegetable in round 11. So I could maybe consider like taking a grain instead of taking 4 food, because taking a grain would let me place clay oven, although that's like a little slow still. There's the wealthy man. For 7 victory points. Nice. It does mean that I can no longer play Spring Worker, because I starve if I do. But maybe that's is it worth it to play Spring Worker still? Probably not, right? Like, all it does is save me 1 bake action. So yeah, I gotta think it's not worth it. I could take a grain here, and then I have a pretty good sow action in the future, although there is 4 wood available. There's going to be 2 6-wood actions, which is pretty silly. Boot doesn't need to start player. I will need to first action family growth. It'll be family growth planter box, I'm pretty sure. Could take a grain here, but 4 wood is 4 wood. How do you not take 4 wood, right? Get a wood and a grain. Yeah, I guess with Sawhorse I don't need that much more wood left this game, do I? I only need 4 more in total to fence 15. Assuming I don't build the joinery, and I have no other use for wood. So yeah, I can let Fresh Dirt Worker do the rest of the work to get me wood. Which just shows you how little wood is valued in it. Like, we injected so much extra wood. Oh, there's Grocer for Ray Krebs. Great card. Great card. Probably first pick Grocer. You got first pick Animal Breeder. I'm guessing first pick Reeve for Boot, maybe? But all of them pale in comparison to first pick Native. Just ridiculously good card. And I think it's showing its power. So I'll be interested to see if 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 first action builds. No, doesn't need to. Goes for the 6 wood. Makes total sense. They're a little overkill on wood now. Although, yeah, with Bone Collector they'll be quite overkill on wood. But maybe they built the joinery to make up for that. Or maybe they don't eat that many. No, they'll have to eat animals. Like, that's their method of feeding. I don't know. Anyways, I definitely want to get a plow in. So if I can get a plow in round 11 and a sow in round 11, that's probably my best case scenario. I'd like it if Ray Krebs could plow in this round, because then nobody else can get to 3 before the end of round 11, which means my experienced farmer will definitely pop off again. I need to take food as well. I need to fish, probably. Am I going to fish twice more? Yeah, the more often I fish, the worse it gets, but it should be okay. Planter box with my vegetable and my grain is just going to end up being, like, stupidly good. Okay, so there's nothing really that I want on the board here. Should I occupation? Get it out of the way. If I occupation, fishing should be safe. Yeah, there's like, I don't see how fishing could not be safe. Put it that way. Spring Worker? Sure. It's the card with the next timeline for payoff. And then I can last action build a room. Or last action family growth. So I'm going to get 2 more reed, which is enough for actually 3, maybe more than 2, because if I go on sow bake, that gets me reed as well. Although plow sow doesn't give me reed. Does it? I don't think so. I think it's just plow and sow bake. Yeah. Ray Krebs plays vine dresser. Sure. So they can get at most 2. If they plow 1, they can get to 3, which ties me. Family growth is safe. It's all fish. What does experienced farmer say? No player. I have to have more plowed fields than any other player. All right. So if Ray Krebs plows twice here manually, then they can get it. They can time me. But got to think that's like a pretty low priority sequence for them. Boot is maybe more likely to do so just because he's running out of actions, but he does it with peasant rather than plowing normally. Bought a bunch of stuff from Grocer. Yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice. So probably gonna maybe build a clay oven, I would think. Reno clay oven and then build a room. Oh, bought all this stuff to trigger the vine dresser. That's why. I forgot. I forgot that with vine dresser you have to actually have the resources. So 2 food, buy V. And then what am I getting here? Getting a stone probably. Yeah. So actually fishing one more time is not enough. If I want to be able to fishing one more time is not enough to feed. So maybe I should look at something like pottery, Reno pottery. Although, I won't be able to do it on Reno, but I could just play the pottery. So my 3 actions could be plow, pottery, fishing, and then I have 1 free move for sow bake. Yeah, I definitely want to get on sow bake, don't I? Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, getting their vegetable out. Really good, really, really strong farm. Good thing they didn't also get planter box. Imagine if they got planter box back. Like, just silly with Tuileries Garden. Although planter box is silly with a lot of stuff. It's just a great card. Can anyone build a room? No, they cannot. But part of the game is knowing what your opponents can and cannot do. I know when we were playing with a bunch of new cards, it can be difficult. And this is a friendly game, so there's no problem in asking, but something you should be aware of always. Okay, pottery's gone, which is a little sad. I'm surprised he built the pottery instead of the clay oven. Who plays Sun Farmer? Sure. 4 wood comes all the way to me, which is pretty crazy. 2 cattle is available, which is also really good. I think I should I sow bake here? 4 wood's available, although no, I'm pretty sure if I starve if I take 4 wood. I think I gotta just play this safe. This is like the only way that I lose this game, I'm pretty sure, is if I don't do this move here. Well, there's other ways, but definitely I cost myself a huge amount if I don't do that. So then I can 4 food traveling players, 4 food fishing, and then, oh, I get FR, I forgot. Plus FR. Whoa. Well, this is why your this is what brings your hedgekeeper play together. Ox team. Awesome. Really awesome. Only downside is limited number of actions, but they want family growth even without room. Well, just like the rest of us, we all want family growth without room. Yeah, Ray Krebs building another room, makes sense. Yeah, I think I just need to take food here. This isn't the most efficient way for me to take food. There is still 4 wood available that I'm ignoring, which might be a mistake, but should be able to make this work. Yeah, I did give up 4 wood there. That was probably the third action that I wanted. Although, yeah, no, it's the action I wanted, I'm sure. I mean, I can take 2 cattle here, but I'll take 4 food fishing, and then last move, take 2 cattle. One in my house, one in my stable. Also, experienced farmer doesn't go off again, which is unfortunate. That ox team, pretty annoying. So I get a clay from fresh dirt worker, and then I will sow, and I will sow a should I sow a vegetable for a gluten-free baker? You know what, I think I want to play gluten-free baker, so I'll sow a grain. Although I do need, no, you know what, I need to keep a grain in my supply to build clay oven, so vegetable for sure. So vegetable for sure, definitely, yeah. He says, not the round 12 I was looking for. Yeah, no kidding, but it's not like you had to work for it. Didn't even use an action. Didn't have to start player, because nobody wanted to start player. No one needed it. So ideally I would like to get my fencing done before the end of this round. Start player Pelts. Good card. Pelts is a good card. Means they can't get Church Warden probably. So that's good. I probably should set myself up to build and then grow in round 13. So first action plow, definitely first action plow if it's available. I think we're going to see boot Reno. Now it goes for reed first, okay. Sure. So I'll get a field plus FR CC. And then I also get more clay for my fresh dirt worker. So I could take 4 clay and then Reno clay oven. Yeah, that's probably the sequence I want. Although, okay, so if I want to Reno and build a room and build clay oven, that's 12 clay altogether. So taking 4 clay gets me to 9. Fresh dirt worker gets me 1 more next round. So I'd have to do another clay action, or better than clay, I would have to do a plow action. Which, doing a plow action would be fine, I think. Although I'm pretty sure boot just renoed here. That's my guess at least. Boot reno joinery would be my assumption. Yeah. So I'll just build a clay oven normally. Do I take 4 clay first? Sure. Sure, I'll take 4 clay first. I have a couple more occupations to play. Boot is only at 5. I'm at 4, so I'm only 1 behind. So hopefully I could just tie. Although I'm pretty sure, knowing Boot, they'll plan to go to 6, very likely, if not 7. They won't go to 7 if they don't have to, but the occupations in this draft were quite strong. So I'm assuming Boot. Yeah, hopefully Boot builds a room with their last move. Although maybe they were hoping for clay rooms. I don't know. Did I see any clay room discounters? I don't think so. I didn't see like bricklayer or anything. And it's really late in the game for us to have bricklayer come out, so hard to say. So in round 14, I'm going to play gluten-free baker. I'll have 2 vegetables that I can bake and 1 that I can re-sow. And then with the extra re-sow from the other thing, the extra re-sow from Planter Box, the extra vegetable from Planter Box, should be enough for me to get my 4 points plus the other stuff. Oh, capitalist here. Looking at going for the occupations, identifying sheep as the scoring category. Makes a lot of sense. There's not that much more sheep and they're a point ahead of everyone else. 2 points ahead of me. So I would like to get some sheep. Ray Craig's family growth, so I'm pretty sure Boot builds a room. And then I will clay oven, and last action, what? Clay oven into 3 wood? Definitely clay oven. Bake 1. And then second move, do I take another vegetable? I don't think I take vegetable. Could take a sheep. No, I could fence here. How many could I fence? I get 2 free, so I could fence 8. I could fence 7. 7 tight, and then that would let me start breeding and then also take stuff for the future. Although it does slow me down a bit. I think fencing makes sense. Fence 7, 1 is free. Plus clay. maybe it looks like I'm probably not getting to a stone house. Although if I native one more time, I will get one more reed. One, two, three, four, five. Family growth. No surprise. Start player for Ray Krebs. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to be able to get to the Church Warden bonus, unfortunately. Ooh, with a three clay action. That's really weird. Well, it sucks passing plow sow, but I don't see how I do anything other than this. Oh. If Boot is going to build, then there's way less value in me building again. So maybe me plowing again has less value as well. Because I was doing all of this under the assumption that I was going to be able to build. Alright. Let's take 4 wood. Seven. So I pay for my 8th fence. I pay for my 10th, 11th, 13th, 14th. So I need 1 more wood in order to cover my farm. Is that right? Oh. Yeah, because 4 wood is supposed to be enough for me to fence the rest of my farm. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, so this probably makes renovating twice a lot more viable. If I get a 3 stone action, or if I could set up fresh dirt worker, although that's not looking like it's going to happen. Oh, when did Boot play Gardener's Wife? I missed that. Getting to their 6th occupation. Yeah, Boot is just going to play so they stay 1 ahead of everyone else. So I should take sheep if they come back, because sheep are worth, they'll get up to 2 points, which we double, which was 4 points, so it's a 5-point action for me to take sheep. Yeah, I should definitely take sheep if they come back. They might not. Boot might make the same analysis, that sheep are really good for him. Yeah, this game didn't quite come together the way I wanted it to. Just like a little too slow on everything. Didn't get enough plows in, like not getting the experienced farmer out just slowed down my crop income just enough so that I'm not going to have maxed out crops. Like really it's round 7 family growth. Round 7 family growth was incredibly unlucky for me. Like if I have round 5 family growth, I think I blow this game out of the water. I don't think it's even close because of my potential resource income from fresh dirt worker, muddy land. Like I'd just be able to explode ahead. Because I had to keep using actions for start player and not developing my farm, and I grew as late as I could. Interesting question. If I plow 1 more time, where should the field go? Should it go beside my farm so that I can't build any more rooms? Or should it go, or beside my house so I can't build any more rooms but can sow an extra grain? Or should it go over here so that I can build a room? I think probably the planter box makes the answer pretty obvious that it should go down here, especially because I have enough wood to cover all these spaces. Oh, this is huge. Grocer and Ninja. Very strong cards. Very strong. Yeah, pretty silly. Boots has such a strong hand for everyone. Yeah, well, that happens when you're playing with like a whole bunch of extra resources. Oh man. Fencing is free. Well, I think I do my plow either way. Plus FRCC. There's no way. There's no way plow so will come to me, but I do want so bake to come to me, so go for that. I could take a boar, but I could also just... So if I don't Reno here, there's no way I could double Reno in the last round. Or there's no way I could get to stone. I don't think I'm likely to get to stone anyways, so... Yeah. I think fencing here is fine. So fence the rest of my farm. My experienced farmer ended up being trash. There's only one grain, which is really awful, especially because I think I had to take wood to get it. Feed 8. Plus wood, fresh dirt worker. I forgot about fresh dirt worker. Maybe it would have been better. Well, I can Reno cooking hearth is still an option. Bread machine is still an option. Yeah, there's still stuff that I can do. Do I pay 2 food to buy my vegetable? I probably do, right? Yeah. Especially if I'm thinking about building a cooking hearth. Although I do have bread machine, fruit tart, both of them would be playable as well. Problem is, I'm gonna have 2 vegetables only in my supply, and I only really need 2 because 2 is all I need for my gluten-free baker. Oh, Boot gets the stuff he needs. So one more on there, 2 more on there. My Reno's still safe, right? Yep. Plus FR. Yeah, too bad I couldn't get one more stone, because then I could Reno Basket Maker's Workshop, which would be pretty nice. Just gotta make sure I get onto Reno. Pretty sure Boot will wants Reno fence. He's got 2 wood sitting there in his supply. Yeah, very nice Wealthy Man by Ray Krebs. Very nice Wealthy Man. Wealthy Man plus Ninja seems like quite a nice combo. Well, Ninja's just good all the time. Yeah, and then Vine Dresser. It's good play. Good play overall. Oh man, this kills me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if anyone held a points at the end of the game card, I just am really sad. We'll see if they did. I'm hoping occupation. Oh no! Oh, Boot went on his 3 wood space. Okay, so occupation is still available. Okay, I should have played an occupation there. I screwed that up. That was silly. That was silly of me. Oh well. Hopefully occupation comes back. It might. Taking boar is a couple points as well. So maybe I should gamble on occupation. Because the only way 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets the Reeve bonus is if they play 2 occupations back to back, so I can react to theirs. Ray Krebs. Yeah, what other occupation cards did we see? Or late game cards, I should say. Master Builder, okay, so he's gonna Reno and then Reno Family Growth with his last 2 moves. Get an extra stone room. Yeah, pretty killer. Ray doesn't care about boar. Neither does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So actually, the boar should come back. So maybe occupation is okay for a first move. Although if I first move occupation and don't get what I want, then my second action is going to be really bad. Yeah, just take the boar. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 had a nicely crafted game. Problem is, they just don't grow early enough with this strategy. I think that's my number one issue with it. If round 12 was family growth, that makes a huge difference for them, of course, because it's an extra couple actions. But I mean, even if they get an extra couple actions, what are they putting those moves into? Getting clay and then renovating? So that's like, what, another 3, 4, 5 points maybe? They're going to be more than that behind Boot and Ray Krebs. They might have me beat just because of the stables and all the animal points, but yeah, Ray Krebs with the 3 bonus points here, pretty huge. And obviously a massive wealthy man, really massive wealthy man. Yeah, this game was like verging on power game territory just because of the strength of all the cards in the draft, which I wonder if you can cover on yeah, it says unused spaces. Yeah, so you can't, since he's not allowed to cover 2 unused spaces, then it's an illegal play. What a painful game. Ray, just count. Just count. Must be playing some something where he can't see. What the? Oh. Oh, I see, Sunday school. Oh, I totally forgot about Sunday school. Okay, that's why they were able to do that. Sure. Okay, so I play gluten-free baker. I have to pay 2 food to play it. So unfortunately I have to eat a boar, it looks like. Then I go down 2, and then I bake 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Speed 8. Then breed up. So I get 1 bonus point from Stoneware and 2 bonus points from Capitalist. So I have whatever I score plus 5. So it should be low 50s, but it's not enough. So 48, which is a reasonable score, but not as good as it needs to be. He gets Reeve. Okay, forgot about that. It's actually a really nicely crafted game by Ray Krebs. Yeah, round 7 family growth cost me the game totally, which is too bad. So I scored 48. Boot scores 52. Ray Krebs 55. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 55. So I'm 7 points off. But it's pretty easy to see where my 7 points could come in. Like, I've got Bread Machine, Fruit Tart in hand. I've got easy access to, with more actions, I have easy access to a 5th room, which is the Church Warden bonus. Like, and another family member and the Church Warden bonus is 6 points right there. That lets me get to 54. I have excess food on my farm from a vegetable and 2 food, like, yeah, this is really unfortunate. So yeah, so I come last in this game, but like, I got so screwed by round 7 family growth, like it's unreal. Yeah, really unfortunate for me. Oh well, that's something that happens sometimes. Sometimes you go for that first room, and and round 7 is family growth. Very unfortunate. Yeah. What a nice farm. Like there's definitely potential for more. The other thing is, yeah, because of round 5 family growth, I ended up only getting 1 thing out of my experienced farmer, which just totally kills me. Totally kills my game. Yeah. Probably not worth it for me to pursue the Reeve bonus with these 2 as my last occupations, but with bread 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 baker and then also the oven tart. Like, especially the oven tart, it's like just such a obvious sequence for me to get more points at the end of the game. Just don't have enough vegetable in my farm. Anyways, that's going to be all for me for today. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little video. I will stream... I'll stream tomorrow. Yeah, I'll stream tomorrow. I should have time. It should be like probably in the morning will be my plan. Similar time to when I've started the last couple Tuesdays, so I'll go for that. So, yeah, look for me tomorrow, and hope you enjoyed this little video, and we'll see you next time.